I've been playing Minecraft for years. It started when I was around 12. At first, I played casually like everyone else, building small houses, mining diamonds, and trying to survive the first few nights. But over time, the game became something more for me. It became my world. About 2 years ago, I created a survival world that I plan to keep forever. I named it Evergreen. I don't know why that name came to mind, but it felt right. From the moment I spawned into that world, I decided I would never delete it. And I didn't. Over the next 2 years, I built things I was genuinely proud of. My first house was a small wooden cabin next to a lake. Nothing special, just a basic starter base. But slowly, that cabin turned into a massive village. I built farms, animal pens, a huge storage room with hundreds of chests, even a giant tower that took me almost a week to finish. Everything in that world had a story. Every block I placed meant something. But the most important thing about that world was this: I always played alone. No multiplayer, no server, no one else had access to it. Or, at least, that's what I thought. One night, I was playing like usual. It was around 11 p.m., and I had just finished building a new bridge across the river near my base. I remember saving the world and exiting the game because I was tired and had school the next morning. Nothing unusual. The next day, after school, I turned on my PC and opened Minecraft again. When the world loaded, I immediately noticed something strange. At first, I thought I was imagining things, but something felt off. My character wasn't standing where I logged out. Instead of being inside my house, I spawned outside near the farm. I stared at the screen for a few seconds. Did I log out here? I wondered. Maybe I just forgot. It happens sometimes. So I didn't think much of it. But then I noticed something else. One of my chests was open. In Minecraft, when you leave a world, all chests close automatically, but this one was open. Again, I tried to ignore it. Maybe it was a glitch. Minecraft glitches sometimes. Still, I started feeling slightly uncomfortable, so I walked inside my storage room to check my items. That's when I realized something was definitely wrong. Some of my diamonds were missing. Not all of them, just a few stacks. At first, I thought maybe I used them and forgot, but I always organize my storage very carefully. I know exactly where everything is, and I knew for a fact that I had 5 stacks of diamonds in that chest.
Now there were only 3. I sat back in my chair, confused. I live with my parents and my younger brother. My brother sometimes uses my computer, but he doesn't play Minecraft anymore. And even if he did, he doesn't know my password. Still, I called him into my room. "Hey, did you play Minecraft on my computer?" He looked confused. "No." "Did you open my world?" "I told you I don't even play that game anymore." He sounded genuine, and honestly, I believed him, so I just shrugged it off. Maybe I really did use the diamonds and forgot. I closed the game and didn't think about it again. At least, not until a few days later. 3 days later, something happened that made my stomach drop. I logged back into the world after dinner, expecting everything to be normal, but when the world loaded, I immediately saw something that made my heart start racing. There was a new structure near my base, something I had never built before. It was a small wooden house near the forest edge, simple design, oak planks, glass windows, a torch by the door. I just stared at it, completely frozen, because I knew one thing for certain: I did not build that house. Not only that, the building style was completely different from mine. My buildings are usually large and detailed. This one looked like something a beginner would make. Slowly, I walked my character closer. Every step felt weird, almost like exploring someone else's world. When I reached the door, I noticed something even stranger. There was a sign placed next to it. I hadn't seen it from far away. My heart was beating faster now. I moved closer to read it. The sign said, "Hello." That's it. Just one word. Hello. I felt a chill run down my spine. I live alone in my Minecraft world. No server, no multiplayer, no one has access. So how could someone build a house and leave a message?
I opened the door. Inside the house, there was almost nothing, just a crafting table, a furnace, and a bed. But on the wall, there was another sign. I slowly walked closer and read it. This time, the message was longer. It said, "I didn't think you would notice this quickly." I instantly exited the world. My hands were shaking. At that moment, I had two thoughts. Either someone was messing with me, or something was seriously wrong. The first thing I did was check if my world somehow became a multiplayer server. It wasn't. Single player, just like always. Then I checked my Minecraft account activity. No suspicious logins, no new devices. Everything looked normal. I even checked my PC to see if my brother installed anything or played when I wasn't home. Nothing. No new files, no new worlds, nothing. Which made the situation even more confusing, because the house was still there, and the signs were real. Someone or something had placed them in my world. I tried to calm myself down. Maybe there was a logical explanation. Maybe my brother was trolling me. Maybe I forgot building it while half asleep. But deep down, I knew the truth. I didn't build that house, and I definitely didn't write those signs. Still, curiosity started to take over. After about 10 minutes, I reopened the game. My heart was still beating fast. The world loaded again, and everything looked exactly the same. The house was still there, the signs were still there. I slowly walked back toward it. This time, I decided to explore the surrounding area. Maybe I would find something that explains everything. But what I discovered next made the situation much worse. About 20 blocks behind the house, there was another sign, one that I hadn't seen before. I walked closer to read it, and the moment I did, my stomach dropped, because the sign said, "You came back."
For a few seconds, I just stared at the sign. You came back. My first reaction was confusion. My second reaction was fear, because I knew one thing for sure. That sign wasn't there earlier. When I logged in the first time and saw the small house, I explored the area around it. I would have noticed another sign that close. But now it was there, and the message made it feel like whoever placed it knew I had logged off earlier. I stood completely still in the game, trying to think. Maybe someone had access to my account. Maybe someone was logging in when I wasn't online. But even if that was true, it still didn't explain how they knew exactly when I came back. Unless they were watching. The thought made my stomach twist. I quickly opened the pause menu and checked the player list. Nothing. Of course, single-player worlds don't show other players. Still, I typed something in the chat. Who is here? I knew it was pointless. There shouldn't be anyone to respond. But after about 5 seconds, something happened that made my heart start racing again. A message appeared in the chat. You noticed the house. I froze. My hands literally stopped moving on the keyboard. The message stayed there on the screen. You noticed the house. Someone had replied, in my single-player world. For a moment, I genuinely considered turning off my computer. But curiosity was stronger than fear. Slowly, I typed another message. Who are you? There was a long pause. 10 seconds. 20 seconds. Then another message appeared. Just someone exploring. Exploring? Exploring my world? That didn't make any sense. I typed again. How are you in my world? This time, the response came almost instantly. You left the door open. That answer only made things more confusing. What door? I typed. No response. I waited. Nothing. The chat stayed completely silent. After about a minute, I decided to move again. If someone was really in my world, I wanted to see them. So I started walking around the forest near the small house. The sun in the game was starting to set, and the shadows between the trees made everything feel strangely tense. I kept looking around, expecting to see another player. But there was nothing. No footsteps, no blocks breaking, no signs of movement. Just the normal sounds of Minecraft. Wind, leaves, and distant animals. Then suddenly, I heard something. A block placing sound. Right behind me. I spun my character around. Nothing. But on the ground, exactly where I had been standing a few seconds earlier, there was a torch. It hadn't been there before. My heart started pounding. Someone was definitely here, and they were close. I typed in chat again. Stop messing with me. A few seconds passed. Then another message appeared. You're standing in the wrong place. That message confused me even more. What do you mean? I typed. No response. I looked around again, and that's when I noticed something strange about the ground. Near the trees, there was a small patch of dirt that looked slightly different from the surrounding blocks. At first, it looked normal, but when I walked closer, I realized the dirt had been recently placed. Minecraft has a subtle texture difference when blocks are freshly placed, and this one definitely looked newer than the others. I broke the dirt block. Underneath it was a chest. My heart skipped a beat. I slowly opened it. Inside there were several items, a stack of diamonds, some iron tools, and a single piece of paper. In Minecraft, paper can be used to make books or maps, but this one had a custom name. It was called For You. I clicked it and read the text. It said, "Relax. If I wanted to steal everything, I already would have. I just wanted to see how long it would take you to notice." I leaned back in my chair. My mind was racing. Who was this person, and how were they inside my world? Then another message appeared in chat. You play here a lot. I typed quickly. How do you know that? The response came slowly this time, like the person was thinking. Then finally, because I've been here before. At that point, the situation had gone from strange to completely unbelievable. Someone was talking to me in my single-player world. They knew about my base. They knew how often I played, and they had apparently been here before. I typed again. When? This time, the response took almost a full minute. Then the message appeared. A long time ago. That answer only made things more frustrating. What does that even mean? I typed. No response. Instead, something happened in the distance. Near the edge of the forest, I saw a block break. Just for a moment, the tiny breaking animation appeared. Then it stopped. I immediately started running toward that area. If someone was really there, I might finally see them. But when I reached the spot, there was nothing. Just a single sign placed on the ground. I walked closer and read it. Too slow. I felt both annoyed and nervous at the same time. Whoever this was clearly enjoyed messing with me. I typed again. Show yourself. A few seconds later, the reply appeared. Turn around. My heart started pounding. Slowly, I moved my mouse and turned my character around. And for a split second, I thought I saw something. A player, standing between the trees. But the moment I focused on it, it disappeared. I ran toward that spot immediately. Nothing. No player, no footprints, just another sign. This one said, "You almost saw me." At that point, I started thinking maybe this was some kind of extremely elaborate prank. Maybe my brother had installed a mod. Maybe someone had access to my PC remotely. But before I could investigate further, another message appeared. Do you remember your first house? That question surprised me. My cabin? I typed. Yes. How do you know about that? A few seconds passed. Then the reply came. Because that's when I arrived. That answer made absolutely no sense. You mean when I created the world? Yes. I stared at the screen. You're saying you've been here for 2 years? There was a long pause. Then finally, not always. What does that mean? I appear sometimes. I didn't know how to respond to that. But before I could type anything else, something happened that completely changed the situation. In the distance, near my base, I saw my tower collapsing, block by block, like someone was breaking it extremely quickly. I sprinted back toward my base as fast as I could. When I arrived, half of the tower was already gone, but I didn't see anyone destroying it. I typed angrily, "Stop!" The destruction suddenly stopped. Then another message appeared. "Now you believe me." "Believe what?" I typed. The response came instantly, that I'm real. I sat there in silence for a moment. Then I typed the question that had been bothering me the entire time. "What are you?" The response took longer this time, almost 2 minutes. Then finally the message appeared. "Just another player." "That's impossible," I typed. "Single-player worlds don't work like that." Another pause. Then the final message appeared. "You're right." A second later, my screen froze. Minecraft stopped responding. The game closed by itself. I sat there staring at my desktop. After a few seconds, I reopened Minecraft and loaded the world again. When the world loaded, everything was normal. The small wooden house was gone. The signs were gone. The chest under the dirt was gone. Even the damage to my tower was gone. It was like none of it ever happened. I checked the chat history. Nothing. No messages. No record of anyone else being there. Just my character standing quietly in the world, exactly where I had logged out the night before. For a long time, I tried to figure out what happened. A glitch? A mod? Someone hacking my account? But none of those explanations really made sense. And eventually, I convinced myself it was just some strange bug. Something weird in the game files. Something that would never happen again. But about a week later, I logged into the world again. And right outside my house, there was a sign. A single sign. With a message. It said, "You kept the world." And under it,